Welcome to Module 2 of District 7080's Foundation Qualification Training. In this module, we will cover Grant Stewardship and the SHARE program. Please also refer to the links to the resource page and knowledge check quiz for this module. In Module 1, we covered the need for every grant to demonstrate that we're ethical, responsible leaders who use our donors' money wisely. Rotary's commitment to the sound financial management makes it easier for all of us to find donors, partners, and communities that are ready to work with us. By qualifying your club each year and signing and submitting your club's Memorandum of Understanding, you agree to the following financial and grant management practices. When it comes to stewardship, we let the four-way test be our guide to ensure that we are transparent when writing and submitting our grant applications, accurate when reporting our grant's progress and expenditures, and diligent with meeting the required grant project reporting deadlines. The Rotary Foundation clearly outlines eligible and ineligible activities when using Rotary Foundation funding for both district and global grant projects. General grant restrictions include continuous and excessive support of any one beneficiary, entity, or community, purchase of land or buildings, fundraising activities, unrestricted cash donations to a beneficiary or cooperating organization, activities for which the cost has already been incurred, and any perceived or actual conflict of interest. Rotary defines a conflict of interest as there can be no perceived or actual conflict of interest by anyone who benefits or is affiliated with beneficiaries in some way through their involvement or through a donation. Someone who is in a position to make or influence a decision about a grant or an award that can benefit them, an immediate family member, or a business partner, or if that person has a significant financial interest or in which any of them is a trustee, director, or officer. If there is an actual or perceived conflict of interest, the individual must disclose this in the grant application and can have no involvement with the project. Now let's take a look at where our grant funding comes from. Each year, we're grateful to clubs, districts, and friends who make donations to the annual fund through our charity, the Rotary Foundation. These funds are recorded by the Rotary Foundation and are invested for 3 years. The interest earned from these investments is used to help with the operational costs of Rotary and the Rotary Foundation. So our District 7080 donations that were made in 1 year are partially returned to us 3 years later as DDF, or District Designated Funds. These funds allow us to provide district funding to help our clubs with both district and global grant projects. The funds we donate to the annual fund this year will be returned to us after 3 years. A reminder that this only applies to donations to the annual fund. Donations to Polio Plus or to specific areas of focus do not qualify for DDF. You can begin to see the importance of club and member donations to the annual fund. Using this example, if our district had donated $200,000 to the annual fund in the year shown, at the end of 3 years, 50% would have been returned to us and 50% would have been given to the World Fund. Because we share the 5% administration fee with the World Fund, we would have received $97,500 each. Taking this one step further, the $97,500 that came back to us means that we could spend up to 50% on district grant projects and the rest on global grant projects. The World Fund would then match 80 cents per dollar of DDF that was contributed to each global grant project. It's really amazing that we can get to decide where we want to spend our donations. There aren't many charities that would allow this. Know that your donations are in good hands. For more than 15 consecutive years, the Rotary Foundation has received the highest rating, 4 stars, from Charity Navigator in the United States. Only 1% of organizations that Charity Navigator evaluates have received this rating. This evaluation provides an assessment of a charity's financial health, which is based on their financial efficiency, sustainability, and trustworthiness, and their commitment to governance practices and policies. Thank you for completing the District 7080 Foundation Qualification Training Module 2 on Grant Stewardship and the SHARE program. Please refer to the resources page for Module 2 and complete the knowledge check before moving to Module 3 on grant types and district grants.